I'm a big fan of actress Salli Richardson Whitfield's acting. And whenever she has a movie that is released, I always make an effort to go out and see it because usually when she's picks a film, it's usually the highest quality. Last Salli Richardson Whitfield film that I picked up on DVD was I Will Follow, which was directed by Ava DuVernay. I heard about Pastor Brown way back in about 2009 or 2010 or so on IMDb, and I was eager to go see this movie, but sadly, because the film couldn't get distributed, I wasn't able to go see it in a theater, and I sadly see that I missed out on something, and the studios missed out on something because this film is a great film. I finally got able to pick up Pastor Brown on DVD this week, and as I said before, this film does not disappoint. Pastor Brown is a film about the Mount Olive Church, and in it, the pastor Joe Brown, played by brilliantly by Keith David, has a heart attack, and his dying wish is for his daughter Jessica, played by Salli Richardson Whitfield, to take over the church. Now, in this film, the Jesse character goes on, a journey of faith and spiritual growth in her quest to um, work towards the goal of, becoming the next pastor. And this story, is a very, very, very powerful story, very moving story, very well done story. I wish that they would make more Christian films like this. This is one of the most balanced films I have seen in a while. This film has, um, a really rock solid story, really good conflicts, and it really gives you, again, that balanced picture of the church. We see, the church politics and, the message and the mission. And what I really liked about seeing it is, we really got to see some really good multidimensionality in the characters. We didn't get, like in many of these Tyler Perry movies, these, one-dimensional characters. We really got some multidimensional characters here. Here we saw, Christians who struggled with their feelings, struggled with their emotions, and, struggled with what they believed, and struggled in their relationships, like with Pastor Brown's, with Jesse's sister. We saw, the nice little contrast because she was played by Nicole Ari Parker, and we saw a nice contrast. This supposedly perfect woman who led this perfect life, but the nice contrast was she was simmering with a lot of anger, and she had a lot of jealousy for her sister, who was the one that he picked, the pastor Joe Brown had picked, and she was out living a wayward life. As a stripper, and I like the contrast there, and I like the layers there. That's one of the things I really liked about this movie. There's a lot of layers in the story, a lot of depth, and a lot of nuances. This is a very complex movie. When you take it apart and you look at the layers and you look at the visuals, this is something I usually don't see too much in African American films, especially these faith-based films. A lot of them are very shallow, but this one had a lot of depth and a lot of layers. And when you watch it, for the second or third time, all that stuff, starts to come out in the story, and you really start to see, some really, really strong, characterizations and character development. There are some. I have a few issues with some parts of it. That some, parts are a little uneven, but for the most part, a lot of the character development is solid. A lot of the characterizations, are solid. And I like the balanced picture of African American Christians that were in this film. We really got to see, different shades and different sides of the characters, and that really made, the narrative of the story, quite compelling. The acting here is, top notch. Salli Richardson Whitfield gives another powerful performance here. I'd say this is one of her strongest performances to date. She pretty much, commands the screen from first frame to last. Keith David, he's just incredible in this movie. He was just at top form here. One of his best performances. Ernie Hudson, he's an underrated performer. He did very well here. Nicole Ari Parker, again, she just put a lot of depth and dimension on that character, so that we could see all those, different sides of her. Michael Beach, and again, he's always good. So, but in this movie, he was even better. I mean, I actually thought he was a pastor by the way how strong his performance was, and there were a lot of, even Tisha Campbell. I never thought she could do drama, but in this film, she really showed her strength. And this film was rock solid all the way through. I mean, there were some little issues I had with the screenplay. There were some little dialogue issues, and there was some transition issues. But the film is rock solid. This is one of the best Christian films I've seen in a long time. Rockman Dunbar, he needs to, everybody should give him a round of applause because he really did a good job directing this film. And Pastor Brown is one of the strongest, one of the best, Christian movies I have seen in a long time. I mean, I've had to sit through quite a few, faith-based movies over the last 10, 15 years. And this one was one of the best I have seen in a long time. And the sad part was, I wish I could have seen this in the theater. This is how good this film was. And, that's an issue I have about African American film. Good films like this with balanced images of African Americans, it's hard for them to get distribution. And this film really should have gotten distribution because it's that good. This was one of the best films I have seen in a while, just well crafted. There's a lot of passion in this one, a lot of heart in this one. And it's a movie I would recommend that you go out and see because it's just a very well done movie. I actually got this DVD off eBay. It is a double feature. There's another movie I may review that one of these days. But Sins of the Mother, I may review that one of these days. But I bought this because I really enjoy Salli Richardson Whitfield's performances. She always gives a great performance, and she always picks quality movies. And this is no exception. This is another rock solid movie that a lot of people would pretty much overlook because it's in a double feature. One of these $5 DVDs, but this is a movie you really should go and take a look at. It's a movie I highly recommend, and I highly recommend you go out and get. It's one of the best faith-based films I've seen in some time. The production values again are solid. The direction is solid. Yeah, I do have a few issues with the screenplay, but I'm a screenwriter, so I can notice those little things. And there was one couple of scenes that could have had a better transition, but this is a strong film. Again, it is well worth the purchase price, and I urge you to go out and get it. Pastor Brown, this is one of the best films that Salli Richardson Whitfield has starred in so far. She has shown that she shows that she is one of the best black female leading ladies out there. And if she keeps picking movies like this, I see her have I see myself continuing to buy more and more of her films. I like watching her acting. I love watching, because she knows how to, she's very nuanced in her performances, and she knows how to convey, emotions, and she has good timing. I mean, she's a very good actress, and I like watching her perform. And usually, when she picks a project, it's something that I can watch 3, 4, or 5 times over. And this is the type of movie you can watch 3 or 4 or 5 times over. Again, I urge you to go out and get Pastor Brown, and I also urge you to get Ava DuVernay's I Will Follow. I mean, is this upside down? I urge you to get them both. So, it is upside down. So I urge you to go out and get Ava DuVernay's I Will Follow, and I urge you to go out and get, Pastor Brown. Whenever there's a Salli Richardson Whitfield movie out, you're going to be in for a treat because you're going to be seeing some great acting, great production values, and balanced positive images of African Americans. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.